Hello. I hope y'all have a blessed afternoon. Today I will be teaching on Don't Give Up. It's on the way. Part 2. During a season of waiting, have you been praying for something to happen in your life for so long that you feel like giving up? Well, take heart. You're not alone, and you're waiting. In the Bible, David waited for 15 years to be king. Moses waited 40 years to lead the Israelites out of Egypt. He fled Egypt and wasn't called back to lead his people until he was in his 80s. Sarah waited 25 years for her child Isaac. Rebecca waited 20 years to give birth to Jacob and Esau. Now, just because it took them 40 years, 80, 20, however, that don't matter. It don't mean that's going to have to take that long for you all. Sometimes it might just take a few months, a few days, or, a few years. God knows what he's doing, even though we don't understand, but God knows what he's doing, and he has already got it all planned out. But we just got to, keep our peace and encourage ourselves and just know it's on the way. And I would like to, speak about Abraham and Sarah just a little bit. Like I said, they waited 25 years before their promise was fulfilled. And they both laughed because they thought they were too old to have children. But God promised a miracle will happen. But it happened, but it was 25 years later before they had Isaac. And it seemed like, like I said, we don't understand why we got to keep waiting and waiting and waiting, but, God has got a plan. And it's going to be great. It's going to be great. And I'd like to read a few scriptures that will encourage you. Galatians 6 and 9. Let us not grow weary while doing good, for in due season we shall reap if we do not lose heart. Romans 8 and 18. Yet what we suffer now is nothing. You hear that? Nothing compared to the glory he will reveal to us later. Ooh, wee. Psalms 34:17. The righteous cry out, and the Lord hears them. He delivers them from all their troubles. Did you hear that? All their troubles. Habakkuk 2 and 3. The vision awaits its appointed time. It hastens to the end. It will not lie. If it seems slow to come, hold on. Let me read that again. The vision awaits its appointed time. If it hastens to the end, it will not lie. If it seems slow, wait for it. It will surely come. It will not delay. Oh, I like this one. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Better is the end of the thing than the beginning. Eye has not seen, nor ear heard, nor have entered into the heart of man the things which God has prepared for them that love him. So, just don't give up. Please don't give up. You can't let your faith waver. Like tossed in the sea, like you just, you know, you got to keep on. You got to keep on. You got to keep on. You got to keep that faith, whatever. Don't lose your faith. You cannot lose your faith, whatever you do. If you lose your faith, you know, that does not please God. And He can't move for you, you know, if you don't have faith. You got to work with Him. He's got to have something to work with. And that is your faith. And, you know, it's kind of like something that has told to me it's been some years ago. A pastor was praying over me, you know, at the altar, and God spoke through him to speak to me. And I was, you know, in the middle of that at the time, you know, about my faith, you know. I just all of a sudden just gave up, you know. After years, you know, you kind of, you know, get discouraged and give up. And God let him know it was like, you know, God was sowing, you know, like sowing, you know, a material, you know, just sowing. And that's my faith, you know, like He was just sowing it, working it out, you know, slowly, but He was working it out. And, but when I stopped, you know, having faith, you know, I started giving up, that's when He stopped sowing. Like God just stopped sowing. So, but then when I started back, you know, ask Lord forgive me, you know, for doubting or, you know, losing my faith. I, you know, got my faith back and started believing again. And the Lord showed him, it was like God was back sowing again, you know, of what I've been praying about. And He was working on it. But it won't like when I wanted it, you know. But, you know, it did happen. What I was praying for, it happened. And I know things I've been praying for right now is going to happen. And whatever you all been praying for, you know, if God promised it to you, it'll happen. And like I said, God cannot lie. So don't give up and don't be surprised when it happens. I mean, just be ready for it. Okay, well, anyway, I hope y'all were blessed for something I had said today. And I hope y'all have a good night. God bless. Love y'all.